As you can see, it's the next day. I didn't have enough time to finish everything I wanted to do yesterday, and I've got a busy day today. I've got, the painters are gonna come tomorrow, and we saw the painter yesterday afternoon. We went over all the different colors we wanted and all that kind of stuff. So I got behind, and I still have some more doors I've got to work on, and that's what we're working on today. On this particular video, there's a strike plate right here. And most strike plates, when you close the door, it latches. Well, this one's not latching, and sometimes if it's not latching, it might be because of your tab on the inside. Maybe your tab is pushed out too far. Maybe it's causing it, the latch, not to go in. Or you might close the door and you might pull on it and say, hey, it's not working. There's something wrong with the with the strike plate. But maybe in fact, maybe your latch is sticking. I've had that happen before, where you push this in and it sticks. Then you've got to pull the door knob apart, spray some WD-40 in there, get it all working. Lots of times that's all it is something like that. Or you might have a broken part in there. So it's not always the same thing. But on this particular door, when I look at it, you see where the strike plate is behind here, see? You can see how high it is, and the bottom of it's right there. This latch should be about in the center of the strike plate. You see it's down too low. I don't know what they did with that. When they installed the door, these doors are about 17 years old, but they should have lowered that side down further when they were installing this door. And it's not because this door is sagging. If you watch my other videos, I did go up there and I sucked that hinge over, because before, this gap next to the edge of the door, the side edge, was almost touching. Actually, maybe it had a 16th. Now it's got about 3/16 maybe. So I know this door is not sagging. The line coming all the way down here looks nice. Okay, and this is still, this door latch is still too low with the strike. And if you look over here, you can see exactly. I kind of went over this before, but if you didn't watch my other videos, just bear with me here. See, lots of times you can see the mark of the latch that just kind of marked this strike plate. You can see where the bottom is. It's just barely lower than this edge. That's why it's not closing. Now, if this door had, if the hinge was a little sloppy or something, the door hinge up there, I could lift up on this door real hard and get it to latch, but I can't do it. Lots of times I can do that, and I know, okay, the door's sagging, we can fix this, we can raise the door up, boom, 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 raises this up. In this case, I've checked it all out, and now I've got to ream that out. That doesn't happen very often. Lots of times it happens on a deadbolts and stuff, but in this case, we've got to ream that out. How are we going to do that? Kaboom. If you saw one of my other videos, I actually had to ream out another strike plate like this, but on that other door, it was on the top. Because of different reasons, it was the top of the strike, not the bottom. And usually it's the bottom. And so I went to the store. This is what I call a rasp drill bit. It's actually called a rotary rasp. And they have different ones. This is from Bosch. And see all the little nibs on there? They're little cutters, see? The cutters? And that, when you run on there, it's just gonna eat that away. And see, this one's got kind of a round top. This one's square. And I looked and looked at the store, and I'm gonna have to go to different hardware stores, but they have one that's kind of like a cone shape that's big here, and it kind of tapers down to nothing. Kind of like one of these. See that thing? See how it kind of tapers down? But this is for a Dremel, and this is a grinding stone right here. I was thinking, well, maybe I could take one of those, because if I have to get this little edge down a little bit right here, I can't get that in. It's not hitting right. And then pretty soon, if I just use this bit, I'm tearing out the side of this little edge too. I want to get right in there. And my cone one really worked good. Well, that one wore out, and I think I actually lost it or something. But after a while, the teeth on there get worn out, and so I needed to get something different anyways, but I just didn't get the right one. Here's another one. I thought maybe this would be stronger because this was for a chainsaw, and it was a sharpening stone for a chainsaw. Well, that's metal. You know, I thought these would work, and see how it just ate that sucker up right there when I was grinding on the other one. But see, I'm saving this, and I'm going to use this same one. Maybe I can use the tip of it there instead of the middle, or so I can't push it in much further because it's hitting this wood back there. I could maybe go up at an angle like that and use the rest of that before I have to throw that away. But I'm going to save these little pieces. I never know when I'm going to need them. And this, I'm just going to keep this too. But this same thing, I'm not going to open this and show you what's going to happen. That's going to just grind right down to nothing, like nowhere's get out. So I'm going to use this one and ream this out. That's my next step. And I'm going to use my battery operated drill on high, and I think that's going to be enough to do it. All right, let's see what happens, shall we? I'm just going to leave this turned on, as a matter of fact. I'm going to stick it here on my tripod. It might be a little bit noisy. Okay, but let's see if I can't get this situated here. Probably something like that. You can see that, can't you? So, take that off, put this on there. Put it in forward, and then just hang on to that. And that's all that tightens that up. You don't need a chuck key or anything. And when you want to take it off, just hang on to it, put it in reverse, hang on, and that loosens it up just enough to get it out. Okay, now I have it in low, so I'm going to turn it on high, and I want to make sure it's going forward, not reverse. Every once in a while, I get my little thing here, and I'm like, okay, which way's reverse and which way's forward? So I always have to I always kind of look at that and see. Okay, now I'm just going to grind away on this, and I know I need to go down almost to the, well, not all the way to the top of the screw head. Okay, but and I've got ear plugs in. Actually, you see that in there? It's toilet paper. I've got that in there because I just do that. I do carry a pair of earplugs. Oh, it's always good, and they're just in here. They're little plastic, the orange deals in there. I use this for screws and stuff, but I kind of like that. I should get another one of these at the store. Then I can just hang on to it. I don't like using the foam ones because you use it once or twice and you got to throw the little foam earplugs away. Okay, but just as good as toilet paper. That's cheap, and it works just fine. Okay. Well, this one's so big, I've hardly got enough room in there before I'm hitting the latch. That's another reason why I was hoping to get the cone one, but they didn't have it at the store, so I'm just going to have to be careful. It looks like there's just enough room to get in there. You might not think it's hardly doing anything, but it is. And see, I can work down this way and hit the edge, and then I can lift up to hit the back edge, you know? Don't try to get it all in one go. Just a little bit as you go. Hang on to it. I almost put a mark right on down the side there. before I get too rambunctious with that, I'm gonna check the door, and if you feel on there, man, that's a sharp edge. So now I'm gonna take this and just kind of clean off the edge. Just keep it on slow. Last thing you want is a sharp edge there, okay? I don't think that's enough. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it anyways. I didn't really take that much off, did I? But I didn't need very much. Okay, so you're gonna see what I see. That's why I'm just running the camera. Let's see if it closes. I don't think this door has ever latched in the 17 years that it's been installed. The last owner, they probably just closed it all the time, and it never latched. They just left it. They never fixed it. Okay, let's see. Nope. Looks like I still have to go down just a little bit more, but it's working. It's working. Okay? But you see, with the round cone, I'm still leaving a high edge right over there. I can't get it all the way over. And I had another one. This is just as thick, and it's got the straight end, but I can't really get it in there very well, can I? So I don't even think I'm going to try that one. But that's why I like the cone one, because if I had a bit like this one that tapered down to hardly anything, I could use that little point and get from there over. You know what I mean? The other thing I've done before is I've taken just a regular standard drill bit, and I don't think I'm going to do it on this one, but because I have this other nasty little rasp thing that I'm going to use that's I've already eaten into. But you could take a small drill bit like this, and you could use that in your drill. Now it chatters a lot, and so what I'll usually do is I'll drill it right into the wood back there, okay, and sink it in there a little bit. Then I've got something to just lower down and grind down, and I might have to use a bigger drill bit, and it's easy to break your drill bits off too doing that, but you just sink it into the wood. You don't want it up too high to sink it in the wood. You want it a little straight or just a little bit below level. Then you can use that, and then you just grind that down. I've done that. It works pretty good using the side of your drill for a cutter. But hopefully I don't have to use that. You know, if I do, this could be a good video scenario to show that on. But let's just keep grinding. I think maybe, and see, here's the other thing. Maybe I never have to get that little edge from there over, because the door latch is not this fat. Okay? So when the door closes, it's actually gonna kind of stop right in there. You see, right now, I'm going into length on this just so you understand this. I got a good 5/8 of an inch, if not maybe just a little bit more. We come back here on the door latch, okay? And let's measure that, okay? It looks like just a little bit over a 1/2 inch. But as the door goes in, you see how this thing tapers. So you only got this bit from here to about there that we really need to go into that door strike plate. You see what I'm saying? When I close that, this whole back side is all shaved off. So that's why you're never really gonna have from there over maybe 3/16 of an inch. That door latch is never even gonna get into there unless it's real sloppy. But the door is not sloppy in here because I've already adjusted this the latch tab. So that tells me, what does that tell me? It tells me that I still have to just keep going in here, and in fact, once I do that, I might end up having to actually shave this little edge from here over over to there, more so than this curve. So this is the part, probably the part I have to grind on, and it might be low enough right now. I'm looking at this line. I think I still need to go a little bit lower, but once I get down to an edge far enough, I need to clean this little edge over here because that could be stopping the latch. You may bring this all the way out to the screw and think, what's going on? It's still not running? Well, that's because this little bit of it needs to be shaved off. Okay? Keep following. We'll do some more here. I'll get it. Now, I just noticed that my battery to my video camera was low. It was flashing at me, so I just replaced it with the new recharged battery, and I wanted to make sure you caught the last thing I was saying. I think I have to go a little bit lower. Just bear with me here. I think I have to go a little bit lower, but there's only so low I'm going to go before I have to clean out the edge over here, because once I do it with my drill, it's always going to give me a curved out area, so I'm going to have to clean this stuff out on this side. That's where I'm going to have to use this little bit to get in tight, right in over on this edge to kind of bring that down, because you may only have to come down a 1/16, and if you go way down and you find out this latch is still not closing properly, what's going on is probably because this little edge here has to be reamed out too. Not necessarily back here for the reason why I already explained, because the door latch kind of curves up there anyways. But we'll see. We'll keep working on this. I'm not going to leave you hanging dry with me fixing it and just showing you the end product. That's not what I do. Okay, here we go some more. So you can tell, because this is so big, I'm kind of getting out on that side a little bit, but that's all right. How many times have you opened up a door and really look at the strike plate? Probably not very often at all. Now you will, huh? Now I'm concentrating on putting it at an angle, working from there over this way. See, I don't have a whole lot of room, but instead of holding it over like that, I'm trying to concentrate to the left. Okay, now I'm going to hold this at an angle just to clean off the burr. I may have to. Well, that gets hot too, and I can smell it. And see, I'm gonna notice too, I get down further, the wood behind here, I'm gonna have to probably shave that off with a little chisel. If I don't have a small enough chisel, I may have to pull the door strike plate off. Because once I get it to where I want, that wood in there might be in my way. Okay, I don't think I'm down low enough yet, but I'm just going to check this again. Let's just see.